from Leinster. They were right in the contest for the opening 40 and a little bit more than that. In fact, they turned around trailing to the Vodacom Bulls.
Hi everyone, welcome to another one. This one, I'm doing it's a Bulls versus Leinster. It was played in Ireland, Dublin. It was a packed stadium in the RDS, and the home crowd came up to support their team, which is Leinster in this case. Well, coming to this game, I was expecting something really good from from both sides. I was expecting a very tight game from minute 1 to 80, for the full 80 minutes. It kind of did deliver that, but not for the whole game, though. It didn't deliver that for the whole game. I think when the game started, I think the Bulls were kind of dominant, especially in the set piece, the scrums. I think they were doing very well there. They were winning a lot of scrum penalties early on, and the front row of Leinster, you could kind of see that they had some doubts, when the game started.
Set! It's a big shift of power there, Leinster. At home once in the URC, that was the Ulster game, if you recall, and there was plenty of crossfield kicking that night. Billy Burns really used it as a weapon. That's an interesting scrum, isn't it?
So Hussein was kicking these 3 points for Bulls, these penalties, and you're thinking that, okay, it's gonna be a tight game. Yeah. There were not many opportunities from both sides to score tries. Not too many line breaks. But Leinster did get that. I think they got one line break, Leinster, and from nowhere, actually, and they went on to score through Josh van der Fleer under the post there. So a great try from them. Great try.
2 in a row from Russell. He's done well. That's a brilliant pickup from Jack Conan and Harry Byrne as well. And then Larmour goes through 2 or 3. Jordan Larmour back on the inside. Brilliant try. Absolutely exceptional.
So this game was very physical in the first half. Very physical, with most set piece, with very accurate box kicks from both 9s and 10s. As I said, with very few line breaks, as I said. Yeah, there were very few line breaks. It was mostly set piece dominated. And the second try that Leinster scored was from a maul, actually, through Kelleher, Ronan Kelleher, the second-hand hooker there for Leinster.
They're still in good shape, and they're still making progress forward. They are, and the line is not a million miles away. Where's the ball? Right. Try! Ronan Kelleher gets there. Brilliant from Leinster.
So it was bruising, this game. Yeah, atrocious. It was bruising. It was very physical, with very minimal or minimum loose play. But Bulls I think Bulls in this one play were very confident. I think they got the ball from a Leinster kick, and Hussein took it to the line, and he broke the Leinster line and found space on the outside. And on his right there was Catley Arendse, whom he released, and Arendse went to score a beautiful try for the Bulls here. In the process, Leinster gave away a yellow card from that tackle from McGrath, the cover tackle that he went very high and hit and collided with Catley Arendse. Face to face, actually, but they gave a yellow card for that. I think it was a red card, but whatever. The referees of the day thought it was a yellow card.
But backfield positioning was very good from Philly LaRue, as you would expect it to be. And it is on indeed for Houston. Now he's got an option on side. Currently Arendse for the corner. Bumping collision.
So yeah, those were the tries from the first major scores from the first half. And by halftime, the score was 13 to Leinster, and Bulls 14 points. So the Bulls were leading in the first half. They were doing well in the first half. I think the teams were very leveled or matched in the first half. There was no one who was really, I would say, was dominating. Yeah. But the second half was very different. Because when Leinster and Bulls came back, the home side scored quick tries, 2 quick tries, through Michael Mill and James Lowe.
He's done okay to retain it. James Lowe and Lowe now from the corner will not be stopped with the power that he has. A flurry of changes. Leinster go to the bench. 19-14 is the margin. Jordan Lormers look very sharp now. Rob Russell, has he got the gas? He's got the support. Jemison Gibson Park to Harry Byrne as Leinster turn on the swagger and the flair. 2 metres shy. Gibson Park, short pass. First touch of the night for Michael Mills.
I think these tries really changed the whole game. Because I think Leinster became very confident, and the Bulls started to hesitate a bit. Not fully, but they started to hesitate. They started to doubt. Some players were falling off tackles. Some players were not making the tackles. Some players were lazy to track back for the Bulls. So they kind of like fell apart after these 2 tries. And Leinster made some changes now from the bench, and they had a very strong bench, Leinster. There were very good players on the bench. Guys like Dan Sheehan, Craig Furlong, Kellen Doris, all these guys were on the bench for Leinster, and they came in to the game. And Gibson Park also was on the bench. So when these guys came in, they changed everything for... They changed everything for Leinster. I think Leinster ran riot at the Bulls. They really ran them now. The pace went up from 9. Gibson Park, when he came on, he changed the pace of the game. His passes were very good. The way he was identifying players in making runs. Leinster were I think they just dominated the Bulls by this time. And the Bulls really fell apart. They're making mistakes. Bulls, they're making mistakes. They're not defending well. As I said, the players were just lazy and they forgot their structures. It's like they left the rule book, their plan book, and went to something else, which is not what the coaches really would want in a game of this magnitude. And then it was a runaway for them, runaway train actually. They couldn't stop this Leinster side. In one of the cases, Jack Conyan got like a breakthrough and he ran like almost 20 meters to go score a try where Leroux couldn't stop him, because really these guys are very confident by now.
Ross Byrne now flat to the line and through goes Conan. Has he got a bit of a step up his sleeve? The power will do, and the power.
And I think there were more tries that Leinster scored after that. So they were just dominating Bulls, really. And I think the plan from Leinster worked, because I think they put one of their first guys on the bench, and then they started with the second team partly. And they really... so the second team was kind of like was there to smoothen just to kill down the energy of the Bulls. And then in the second half, they were going to play their really fast-paced game, which I think really worked. It paid off really well for Leinster. I think they were dominant here. Second half was them. Bulls didn't score any points in the second half. It was all Leinster. Congrats to them. I think they've proven that they're a top side. I would say they do deserve to win the URC, but you never know. The knockouts are also there's a lot of pressure in the knockouts. But I think because they're going to be playing at home, I think Leinster have a chance to win the URC. The URC and the Champions Cup, but it won't be easy. So the players who played well for me, I think someone like Gibson Park, when he came on, I think he changed the game for Leinster. Jack Conyan, when at 8, he was really good. Because if you realize that even when Kellen Doris came to substitute, he moved he was in the loose head. Jack Conyan stayed on the number 8 position. And Dan Sheehan was good when he came on. I think he also scored a try when he came on, Dan Sheehan. Yeah, and Joe McCarthy also. These guys were all immense. I think the Bulls played well in the first half, but I think those 2 tries really just killed them off, and they lost the structures and were intimidated a bit. Yeah, they were intimidated a bit. Oh, yeah, so the whole thing just fell apart for them. Yeah. So well done to Leinster. The tournament continues. Well done to them. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your evening.